class and my dear student. Today I'll tell you enzyme inhibition. First of all, you should know what are enzymes. That videos I have already uploaded. You can watch that videos and have a deep understanding about the enzymes. Because after that you should understand this topic very easily. What is the enzyme inhibition, right? What is an enzyme inhibition? A substance which binds with the enzyme and brings about a decrease in catalytic activity of that enzyme. That is known as enzyme inhibitor. Inhibitor may be organic or inorganic in nature. They are basically of three types. First, reversible inhibition. Second, irreversible inhibition, and third, allosteric inhibition. These are the three phenomena by which inhibitors can show their inhibitory activity by these mechanisms, right? First, reversible inhibition. The inhibitor binds non-covalently with enzyme and the enzyme inhibition can be reversed if the inhibitor is removed. They are further classified into two classes: competitive inhibition and non-competitive inhibition. First, competitive inhibition. Like this is the reaction. This one, where E is the enzyme, S is the substrate and I is inhibitor. Firstly, E make a bond with the S to produce ES, and that is further divided into E plus P. And on the other hand, when inhibitor is bind with the enzyme, they produce enzyme inhibitor complex. So we can say that there is a competition between the substrate and inhibitor, right? That's why from the name itself clear, if there is a competition between the substrate and inhibitor, that inhibition is known as competitive inhibition. The inhibitor competes with substrate and binds at the active site of enzyme but does not undergo any catalysis. As long as the competitive inhibitor holds the active site, the enzyme is not available for the substrate to bind, as we already discussed in this reaction. Like if enzyme reacts with inhibitor, then these enzyme is not available for the substrate to bind. That's why there is a competition between the both S and E, right? Next, effect of concentration and degree of competitive inhibition. If inhibition overcome, we have to increase the substrate concentration in high amount. For example, enzyme succinate dehydrogenase, that is SDH, where succinic acid is act as its substrate, and for this enzyme, malonic, glutaric acid and oxalic acid, they serve as inhibitor because they have structural similarity with succinic acid. In this reaction, succinic acid is a substrate and these are the molecule, they act as the inhibitor. Next is non-competitive inhibition. The inhibitor binds to other side where binding impair the enzyme function. There is no structural resemblance with the substrate. A strong affinity for inhibitor to bind at the second site. Inhibitor does not interfere with the enzyme substrate binding. Right? In this process, inhibitor generally binds with the enzyme as well as ES complex. From the reaction itself clear, here enzyme react with the substrate as well as the inhibitor. They form ES and EI. Right? In this way, non-competitive inhibition work. For example, high metal ions Eg positive, Pb2 positive, GH2 positive, etc. can non-competitive inhibitor can non-competitive inhibit the enzyme by binding with cysteine sulfhydryl groups, right? And this is a diagrammatic representation of competitive and non. This is a competitive and this one is a non-competitive. So we can easily differentiate between competitive and non-competitive. Here you can see this is the substrate and this was the inhibitor. We can see that these are the structurally similar to each other, but these are not structurally similar. So we can say that there is no structural resemblance, right? These are the selected enzyme with their respective substrate and their competitive inhibitor. For example, first is xanthine oxidase, where substrate is hypoxanthine or xanthine. Inhibitor is allopurinol. It is used in the control of gout to reduce excess production of uric acid from hypoxanthine. Right? Next enzyme is monoamine oxidase. Substrate is catecholamine. In the bracket, epinephrine, norepinephrine. Inhibitor is amphetamine. It is useful for elevating catecholamine levels. Next is dihydrofolate reductase, where substrate is dihydrofolic acid. Inhibitor is aminoterine or imethopterine or methotrexate. It is employed in the treatment of leukemia and other cancers. Next is acetylcholinesterase. This one is my favorite. Substrate is acetylcholine. Inhibitor is succinylcholine. It is used in surgery for muscle relaxation and in anesthetic patients. Next is dihydroteroate synthase. Substrate is PABA, that is para-aminobenzoic acid. Inhibitor is sulfonilamide. It prevents bacterial synthesis of folic acid. Next is vitamin K epoxide reductase. Substrate is vitamin K. Inhibitor is decomerol. It is act as anti-gluculant. Next is HMG-CoA reductase, where substrate is HMG-CoA. Inhibitor is lovastatin and compactin. Significance of inhibitor is it inhibits cholesterol biosynthesis. And next is that is all about the reversible inhibition, and next one is a irreversible inhibition. The inhibitor bind covalently with the enzyme and inactivate them, which is irreversible. They are mainly toxic poisonous substances, for example iodoacetate. Which one is inhibitor of enzyme like papain and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase. It combines with sulfhydryl, that is acid group, right? Diisopropyl fluorophosphate gas binds to the serine at the active site, for example serine protease and acetylcholinesterase. Next is penicillin. It binds to serine and block the bacterial cell wall synthesis. Next is disulfiram. It is used in alcoholism. It irreversible inhibit the enzyme aldehyde dehydrogenase, right? Next is suicide inhibition. It is a type of irreversible inhibition, but it is a specialized form. Here, original inhibitor is converted to more potent form, or we can say that here competitive inhibitor converted to more potent form, and the so form inhibitor binds irreversible with the enzyme. For example, allopurinol is used in the treatment of gout. And we know that allopurinol, as we already discussed, that is an inhibitor of xanthine oxidase. It gets converted into alloxanthine, a more effective inhibitor of enzyme Next is purine and pyrimidine analogs in cancer therapy is also explained on the basis suicide inhibition. For example, 5-fluorouracil, it converted into fluorodeoxyuridylate, right? And next is allosteric inhibition. Some of the enzyme, they possess additional site known as allosteric site besides the active site. Allosteric enzyme, for example, glycogen, phosphorylase, aspartate transcarbamylase, they have a unique places. Allosteric effectors, allosteric modulators, they can further divide into two classes, effectors and modifiers or modifier. You know what is the basic difference between these both words? Effector means they affect the particular site, and modifier means they modify, and this is their exact mechanism of action by which they act. Otherwise their main function is allosteric inhibition, right? They bind to allosteric site and regulate the enzyme activity, right? Next is allosteric effector. They could further divide it into two classes, positive allosteric effector and negative allosteric effector. The enzyme activity is increased when a positive allosteric effector binds at allosteric site, and on the other hand, enzyme activities get decreased when a negative allosteric effector binds to allosteric site. Allosteric enzyme, they exist in two conformation state, that is T and R. T is a tense and R is a relaxed. They are in equilibrium with each other. As T gets changed to R with the help of allosteric activator on the substrate, right? And R is changed to the T with the help of allosteric inhibitor, right? Allosteric inhibitors refers or favors T state, whereas activator and the substrate favors R state. The substrate can bind only with the R form of enzyme. The concentration of enzyme molecule in the R state increases as more substrate is added, right? It is all about enzyme inhibition. Student, if you really like to watch these type of videos in the future also, please do subscribe my channel and don't forget to like and share this video. Happy learning. God bless you.